welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to the Pantheon. I am Ray.
And I'm Evie.
And Evie, what are we watching this week?
Spider-Man. Spider-Man 3, I guess you call it, or is it just
No, it's the first
Spider-Man
one.
Homecoming.
Yeah, it's the first one. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a jumping point, literally, because when you watch it, it's a jumping point off of Civil War, right? Because that's kind
Or
of
Endgame, or is
no
it
Civil War. Civil War.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
because Peter's having like a home video of his experts in Germany when he's like behind the
Right.
scenes at the Air Force when they first meet Captain America and
hmm
the whole how he helped like get the shield and he's kind of
Right.
excited and you're meeting Happy Hogan and how they interact. So that's kind of interesting how
hmm
Civil War kind of helps sets up the stage for the beginning for Spider-Man. So that's kind of a cool.
It's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Which is
So
funny.
what did you think?
Oh, I thought it was really good. I thought I was just to jump ahead a little bit more because I thought how Civil War helps Spider-Man set this tone, and it's
True.
Sony who owns it. I thought it was kind of weird because when you look at Black Panther, what happened with Black Panther in Civil War doesn't necessarily facilitate Black Panther's story. It doesn't really help it at all. Besides the character of Ross, which is played by Bill Baggins?
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Civil War doesn't really in any way impact or inform Black Panther's character when you get to that story.
No.
So just kind of straight. It doesn't even help. Other than the fact that his father's dead, and that's all we know.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Okay. I'm digressing. But so going back to Spider-Man Homecoming, I thought this was. I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I like the interpretation. I think he's the best of both worlds. I think where Andrew Garfield. I liked his Spider-Man more than his Peter Parker, and with Tobey Maguire, I liked his Peter Parker more than his Spider-Man in terms of because of the voice. Else. But with Tom Holland, I mean, the voice is still kind of young, but like I think he does the balancing act really well, and he physically does all those tricks, like those spins and flips. That's actually him doing it, not a stuntman. So that was really impressive.
Cool.
What about you?
I liked it too. I really liked it too. You saw a lot. He kind of did the Spider-Man swinging from rope to rope. He really did a good job. For a teenager or an almost teenager, he played that very well. Plus with Aunt May as well. He and he really played that role as well. Definitely. I was pleased with how he acted.
And he was actually 19 years old when he did the role. Like, so he's actually the first character that was actually a teenager. Because normally every other person who's played Spider-Man is a much older actor, and he was the first Spider-Man to ever play the character at an age specific or age accurate, time.
Definitely.
Also, I think as you hit it on the nail too, Aunt May. I mean, she gets younger and prettier. I mean, Mr. Tomei. I mean, though she's 50 in her 50s, she's a really attractive young Aunt May. So
yeah, cool.
Play that pretty well. I liked it. I like the idea. There's a little bit of tribute where you see, in the old comic books where you have like the half Spider-Man face, half Peter Parker. I mean, there's an homage to that. And this caters to the Ultimate Spider-Man, like the comic books with Ned and how he is. So there's a kind of a modern spin to this in terms of from storyline stuff.
I think it was better than Endgame. No, not as good as Endgame. Definitely not. But he like you kind of got to know about Spider-Man. Where he was going and where he was swinging from, I guess, web to web. He did really, really good job. He did a really good job. He played it really, really well, and I wouldn't mind seeing him again. Yeah, I really liked it.
Okay, well, I agree. I thought they made him a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. They kept it grounded. Like they kept when he was trying to do, he was doing like local superhero job. Like he was a low level like superhero. Like he kept it. They kept it like they actually kept it like your neighborhood Spider-Man, like an actual. Like he was in Queens, and they kept him based in Queens.
Exactly.
So I know that was really when I was watching, I realized because because in the comic books he's a larger than life character with great adventures, and they kept this one very grounded. So I really enjoyed it. And then looking in the kind of foreshadowing. I mean, everything that Stark says to him, when he almost like when the boat cracks in half, and it could be a loss of life and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's on him. Like if anything happens to him, it's on Stark's responsibility.
Right.
And
Yeah.
of course, he saves the day and does everything right. But listening to the dialogue now, listening to what Stark says to him, it comes to pass in Infinity Wars. All the negative things that he says haunts really does come back to haunt Tony Stark in Infinity War Endgame.
Cool.
So
Nice.
So even though the film had no haunting like echoing effect, it does like later on.
Okay. Cool.
So I thought just like everything he was saying, like if I was listening to what Stark was saying to him, and all the dire like warnings and tough like draconian law like rules and like tough love he gave him,
Right.
It actually comes to fruition, and that's quite chilling in that sense. So I mean, I thought that was really cool. I mean, looking back at it now in retrospect, I thought that was really cool in terms of like, the end game, like where this is going.
Yeah.
That was really, really touching or moving, beyond the point.
Cool.
Okay, so any other thoughts, or you're okay?
I'm okay.
Where do you rank this in terms of the Spider-Man? And like, I'm talking about the Andrew Garfield. I'm talking about the Richard Hammond, the Tom Holland, the Tobey Maguire. Where is
Tom Holland,
Mhm.
which is the one we just saw. The one with I really like that one.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like this too. I agree.
Yeah. Thought it was amazing.
I look forward to I look forward to the new movie, as the next Spider-Man. Like, was it not Far From Home? What's it called? No Way Home, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard it was called. Yeah, for sure.
Did you see the trailer for Venom? There'll be Carnage. There will be Carnage.
Not yet. No.
Oh, that's interesting. I'd love to get your take on that. It's quite. It's funny because it's very comical in the beginning, but then when you get to the Woody Harrelson's Carnage character, the tone really shifts. So it's interesting how they cut the trailer. But anyway, I'd love to get your opinion on that. It's just interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably watch it later tonight because I just saw about it like today.
Right.
Like on, I guess, cineplex.com or whatever. And I found the trailer there, but I didn't have any time to watch it. I'm definitely going to watch it in the next couple days, if not sooner.
Yeah, because I think the comedic tones of Venom, like I think what made it work in the first one in terms of the comedy, in terms of the between Eddie and Venom, they really played up here, and I thought that was interesting. Like I thought it was really, I was surprised to see how much of a comedy that when you see it, that there's a bit of a comedy in it, and I just thought that was wow. It's just they really go to what works, but hopefully they'll strike the right balance. I think when the movie comes to pass. Okay, so with that, Evie, how can they reach us?
Email, Twister, and our webpage. Twitter, our webpage, so we can go and see what's up and what we're going to show in a couple of weeks or so. Check it out.
Yeah. Okay, and on that note, you can see the bottom of the screen. And on that note, I am Ray,
and I'm Evie.
We'll talk to you later.
Cool.
Listen up.